Hello, welcome. Hello, everyone. Hey, Kawisi, welcome, welcome. We'll get started shortly. Welcome, guys. We'll get started shortly here. This evening is our Q&A. Q&A. We'll get started shortly. Hey, Zaire. Welcome, Zaire.
Hey, David.
Hello. Hey, Stella. Welcome, Stella. Guys, we'll get started shortly here. This evening is our Q&A. Q&A. We'll get started shortly. We'll get started shortly. Q&A this evening. Q&A. Hey, Gerald, welcome. Welcome, Gerald.
Hey, David. All right.
Good, good. We'll get started shortly. This evening is Q&A. Q&A. Hey, Travis, welcome. Q&A this evening. We'll get started shortly. I hope you guys are trading the yen pairs. We'll get started shortly. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get started. All right. I'm going to share my trading screen here. All right. Okay. You guys should see my screen here. All right. Okay. So guys, this is a Q&A. So this is your opportunity to ask any questions, whether it's about the systems, the market, any trades that you guys are in or thinking about getting in. All right. So anything at all. All right. So go ahead. The floor is open. So any questions you guys have on anything, any statements? I know what I want to talk about this evening, but anything you guys want to talk about? Anything on your minds?
Hey, David, I have a quick question.
Okay.
You told us to look out for buy signals on the US, on the dollar pairs.
Okay.
And so I had 3 of them I was looking at, and I wondered if you could take a look at them and see if.
Okay.
So USD DKK.
Okay.
USD CZK.
Okay.
And USD CHF.
CHF. Okay. All right. Oh, hey, Gerald, welcome. Okay, let's do that. Okay, so USD DKK. Stella, are your alerts, your notifications, are they working for you now?
No, I didn't get a chance to call TradeStation.
Okay.
I'll make sure I call them tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
So USD DKK. Let's take a look at that one. All right, right here. Okay. What are you looking to do?
So that buy signal hasn't closed yet. Does that mean that the buy is still good for it?
Yes, the buy is still good. It held support right here. So here is support. Are you in this at all, or are you just watching?
No, I was looking at it. I wasn't sure if I should wait until it gets to the blue arrow.
Yeah, so and that's a good job. You're watching these rotations, right? So yeah, so we have a buy signal here, held support. I know it's getting ready to test that resistance again. So you could get in, all right. Especially if it gets above this resistance here, you could get in. All right. Nice markdown phase. So it's gone through that selling. All right. And the dollar could be the next move. Let's take a look at the dollar index right here. So it pulled back a bit from this resistance, and now it's moving higher back up. And they'll do this a lot, right? Where they pull back and then start moving again. So right now, the dollar index is at $1. It closed at $1.41. All right, mid or low at $1. I mean, I'm sorry, it's closed at $1.02. $2.40. Let's do this. $2. The high was 70. $2. What's the high? We'll say right here, $2.63. Made a low at $1.31. So it's definitely pulling back up. So that's why we're starting to see that movement here in the dollar. So Yeah, yeah, start looking at those. The next one, Stella, is USD CZK right here. Same thing, this buy signal, however, closed, right? It closed right at that support. So I would wait for this one for another buy signal, okay? So wait for this one. Here is resistance. There is support here. Right, so you don't have a signal yet, but it's testing this resistance. It's looking to move higher. So they're starting, it's a bit early, but you guys can see what's happening, right? They're starting to set up. And then USD CHF, USD CHF, perfect buy signal. So this one we definitely want to jump on. All right, so here is resistance here. Here is support. Right, here is support. So pretty good support, pretty good resistance. Went through that markdown phase. Here was the previous buy signal. And this one looks really good here. Okay, hey Tracy, welcome. Okay, Stella, I don't think you're gonna miss another one of these rotations.
No, I've learned my lesson. Stopped playing around.
Stop playing around, absolutely. And then the goal is to stay with them. All right, so that's what we want. We want to catch these rotations, right? Catch these rotations, get in early, right? And then what Stella's doing, she's looking at several of them. So she's noticing that several of the dollar pairs are starting to give buy signals, right? They're doing, all three are doing the same thing. So you will start to see more and more develop. Okay.
David, what is the price to get in on the USD CHF? What is the, I can't see past that blue arrow. What's the price?
The price currently, Tracy, is 0.97103, 997,103. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, this looks really good here. So this is currently, this is setting up to be the next rotation. And the thing that we've got in our favor is that the dollar index is starting to move again. All right. So that's good. Any other pairs, Stella, you want to take a look at, or is that it?
I think that's it for now. Yeah.
That's it for now.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, very good. Hey, Anthony, welcome. Anyone else? Anyone else?
David, what is the highest that that pair has gotten? Like on a daily chart or weekly chart?
Oh, okay.
Like the low, the high of it?
Okay, on USD CHF?
Yeah, because
Okay.
I'm looking to go ahead and get in that. I'm trying to test the waters a little bit.
Okay, let's see here. USD CHF. On the weekly time frame, oh, let's see here. We've got a high. We've got a high here of about 103. We've got pretty good resistance right here on the weekly at 101. All right, let's take a look at a monthly to see. But I wouldn't let that stop you. On the monthly time frame, ooh, look at that. Look at that on the monthly. Right, on the monthly, you've got a lot of sky. So if we can get past on the monthly, if we can get past 101, right? A lot of resistance. Yeah, a lot of resistance at 101. If we can get past 101, then it's pretty good sailing after that.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
All right. Thanks.
You're welcome. And again, if the dollar index moves higher, right, really gets going past this resistance here, and that's on the monthly time frame also. We could see these dollar pairs move, right? I mean, we're not giving up on the dollar, right? We're not giving up on it. It's just a pullback for now, right? Hey Zaire, how did you do with your trade last night on the pound yen 30-minute? Did you get the buy signal?
Yeah. You hear me, David?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, I got a buy signal. And I mean, I'm doing great right now. I'm in Euro JPY, Great Britain JPY, and Australia JPY. So the GDP JPY, they're doing really great. I had 2 positions. So
Okay, I remember we talked about this one last night, right? That was
yes,
on the 30-minute. Yeah. Okay, so I'm glad
yes, and
I'm glad you got it. You took it. Okay.
yeah, I got in like 1 o'clock this morning.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I know I text you about those the CAD Swiss
Yeah.
and the USD Swiss.
Okay. Yes.
I got into those. So if you put them side by side on the screen, David, they're like, you did something it's so profound that I noticed that the CHF, they're kind of going the same direction. So with the buy signal on the USD CHF and the CAD, so that allowed me to take those trades also. So those are doing pretty good too.
Okay. Okay.
You wanna
So USDC on the 240.
240.
Okay.
Yeah. And
So-
the CAD CHF, if you can do
And the
side by side, if
CAD.
that's possible.
Okay. So USD CHF long. All right. And you said the CAD CHF. So right here, Zaire, that's what you're saying?
Yeah, David. So it's just a correlation, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I got into those after I saw that buy signal on the USD CHF.
Oh, okay. 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 Yeah, they're definitely moving together, right? CAD Swiss and then dollar Swiss. So are you in both? Are you in both pairs?
Yes, I hope I have not overextend my my capital, but I'm in all those trades, more than one.
Okay. Okay. Well, you've been doing this for a while, so you should be fine. Just watch your margin. Okay. So on you trading forex.com or Hugo's Way, or what are you trading? What
Hugo's
platform?
Way. So
Hugo's
I'm
Way.
good.
Okay.
Yeah,
good.
I'm good.
Yeah, just watch your margin. Okay, good job. Good job. Let's see here. Who else is trading the yen pairs? Anyone else in the yen?
Yeah, David, I got into the yen last night on the 60-minute. There were 3 buy signals, I believe, on the 60-minute.
Okay. On which one? Which yen pair?
Always go to restaurants to eat. The New Zealand gave me a buy signal.
New Zealand yen?
Yeah, New Zealand yen gave a buy signal. Aussie yen gave a buy signal.
Okay. Guys.
And the British pound, I think, gave a buy signal. 3 of them gave buy signals on the 60-minute.
On the 60. Are you still in the pound?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
It's a violation or something like that. They was approved.
Okay. Okay. So good job. 60-minute. Here is the 60-minute on pound yen, right? Buy signal was here. Here it is right here. Okay. Still moving, guys. Look at this. All right. Remember, we want to get in here, but if you miss it, you can always look for an opportunity. I like the 30-minute, okay, for Forex. But yeah, you can do the 62. Just know that if you when you scalping like this is basically what we're doing, right? You might give up a little bit of profit. I'm getting some background noise, guys. I'm getting some background noise. All right. So just keep that in mind. All right. Make sure if you guys are trading on the 30-minute or the 60-minute, not that you have to stay in front of it. All right. But just make sure that you watch it closely. All right. You can't go to sleep on those time frames, especially the 30-minute. All right. So especially what's at almost 7:30, right? So it looks like we're getting a push right here in the Asian market, but things could turn around during the Euro session and close the trade. So on the smaller time frames, just be careful of that. Be aware that things can change overnight.
Can you look at the New Zealand yen pair on that 60-minute? I did get into that last night, and it's consolidated now. However, it looks like it want to break that resistance.
Okay, on the 60-minute. Okay, you look good. You still look good. Keep in mind, let's put in an RSI. These pairs have been moving for a while. All right. So just watch them closely, right? Watch them closely. I would do the 30 though. Okay. Let's see here. Let's bring in an RSI. Okay. See right here, it's definitely in oversold territory. But I mean, I would just keep that in mind, but still trade it, still trade it. It's continuing to move, right? And that's what we do. We just go with it's moving, right? Trading higher, we just go along with it. All right, no white candles, right? Look at this. We don't have any purple support and resistance, right? So this yen pair.
That's why I like it. Now, can I go ahead and get back in it again if it breaks that? It was already broke resistance, but I don't know.
You in it now, right?
I'm in it now. I didn't know if I should add another trade to it or not.
I wouldn't.
I mean, okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't here. I wouldn't here. I wouldn't here. On the 30-minute. Yeah. How many positions are you in?
4.
4? Okay.
Hey, I got a lot of time on my hands, David.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I wouldn't add any more here. Right. So if it was in this stage, right, we can do that. It's, I mean, you could, but I just know that it's really moving. All right. But that's what we want, right? We want these pairs to be moving, right? I mean,
hey, I'm not disappointed. I'm not disappointed in any of the 4 moves I'm in. I mean, I like them all. Just the New Zealand is just, it's really creeping along, like really, really slow. Like it's been consolidating like all night, all day and all night.
Mm-hmm.
It hasn't really made a move at all. Just been consolidating. But,
all right. Yeah, it's consolidating right here. But look here, from here, look at this though, from here to here, it's moved, right? So it's not moving on your time frame, right?
Yeah, it's not moving on my time frame, but you know, it's all good.
Boy, yeah. But it's still a good trade. All right. I think the lesson, I think what I want you guys to really uh, do is really pay attention to this rotation, right? And I'm glad Stellar is really starting to do that. Travis. Are you catching? Did you catch any of these yen pairs, Travis?
Unfortunately not, no. I was
Travis.
I was hedging the US dollar pairs.
Oh,
So I was in US before they started to turn around. I was in NZD USD,
mhm.
AUD USD, GBP USD, and Euro USD.
All right. I'm surprised. Usually you catch these rotations.
I haven't quite mastered the trick of
Oh, that's right.
JPY.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. Um Look here, guys. Let's see here. So right now we've got let's see here. You guys are really, because you guys are trading monster scalper. Let's see here, especially if you're trading with Hugo's way, you guys are going to do really well, right? Once you get this. So CAD yen is the top trending pair. Swiss yen, New Zealand yen, dollar yen, euro yen, Aussie yen, and then pound yen. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 yen pairs, right? So all these yen pairs, how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the whole group, look at this, all the yen pairs, all right? They've taken the top spot, except for Aussie, New Zealand is right here, right? And they're all trending. Okay, so you don't have to be a great trader to make money with the yen pairs right now, right? Those of you who are in the trades, right? You know there's nothing to do. You just let it ride, right? Okay, so this makes it easier for you guys to make money. All right, everything down in here, it's going to be very hard. Okay, so that's why I keep going over, catch these rotations, okay? Now, the way to do this is like what Stella is doing now. If you've missed it, right? If you missed the run, so Travis, if you know, Travis, I think we talked about this. I know the pound yen moves really fast. The euro yen moves fast, but you could try the Aussie yen is a bit slower. Okay.
Yeah, we did speak about that.
Yeah, and then the New Zealand yen is a bit slower too. If you want to, you know, you want to get on these pairs, right? What the idea is when the pairs are trending, right? Everyone needs to be in the same group. All right. Now you could trade as long as you're in the same pairs, and then you could play around a bit with some of the other pairs, but your core positions, your big positions should be in the top, always be in the top pairs, regardless of what we like. Okay. So just keep that in mind, everyone. Okay. When we trade monster scalper in particular, we want to always be in the top trending pairs here. All right. That makes it a lot easier to make money.
Can
Right.
you talk about the Aussie, New Zealand? And
As far as the
it's going,
volatility,
well, the 240 shows a buy signal about a week ago.
the
Uh,
Aussie yen,
No, not the yen, the Aussie, New Zealand.
Aussie New Zealand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't mess with it.
Okay.
Yeah, I just wouldn't mess with it. Can you catch that move? Absolutely, right? You could catch that move. The Aussie dollar. I mean, if you guys look at what the Aussie pairs are doing, so Aussie dollar, right? Aussie yen, Aussie Swiss, right? Aussie CAD. Look at these trades here. Look at those trades compared to these trades. In the yen pairs. It's a big difference. It's a big difference. We only have so much capital. We can't trade everything. And we've trading, it's all about focus, right? We talk about trading in the zone. So, CAD yen is the #1 trending pair for a reason. Right. So, I mean, if the way you guys want to look at it is that if you're not in CAD yen, right, you shouldn't be okay with yourselves. Right. If you're not in CAD yen, you shouldn't be happy. Right. It's not okay. It's not okay to not be in CAD yen. Right. It's not okay to not be in Swiss yen. Right? It's not okay to not be in New Zealand yen or the dollar yen. I mean, why would we want to be in a pair like this or a pair like this when these are the ones that are moving, right? Right? And when you guys do this long enough, you'll realize that, hey, you're leaving a lot of money on the table, right? You're leaving a lot of money on the table. All right. And what we want to do is we want to capture this move right here. At some point, they'll give sell signals, right? You want to take those profits and then you want to look at what's setting up next, like what Stella is doing, right? But yeah, this is it here. This is it. Now, if you're in, let's say you're in all of the yen pairs, you've maxed out in the yen pairs, and then you want to start, ideally, that's what you want to do, right? You want to be, if you want to, not for brand new traders, right? It's not for brand new traders. You've been trading for a while, you know how to manage capital, right? You have your money management scheme, right, intact. And you're riding this, right? You're riding the yen pairs and you're in the yen pairs solid. And then what you can do now is you can look at what's setting up for the next rotation and start getting in those. Like what did we say? The dollar Swiss, right? So let's see here. Where is the dollar Swiss? Right here, you can start, right, getting into those pairs. But this is where we should be every time, every single time. If we're not in the top trending pairs, we're doing something wrong. Okay, we really are. All right, there's no reason not to be in these pairs. So the goal is be in the top trending pairs, right? Ride that wave, ride that trend, and then look for what else is setting up for the next rotation that's gone through that markdown phase. Okay, you can take some of that capital that you've made in this run And now, you know, you can start to get in, right? So, and then at some point, these will give sell signals. You'll get out of those. And guess what? You're already in these pairs at the bottom, right? So you're always catching the rotation. That's the goal. That's the goal. Any questions on this? Any questions on this? Right now, we've got about 50% of the pairs in Monster Scalper, all right, are consolidating. Okay, so 50% of the pairs are consolidating. Do you guys see that? Do you guys see that? 50% of the pairs are consolidating.
So how do you come to that
What's that?
conclusion? How do you come to that conclusion? Just going through them all?
Okay, can anyone answer that for Gerald?
I can try, David. They're not in the like the 20% or 20 region,
Okay,
and they're well on the right, Gerald. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
They're
I see
below
the
that
ones on
20.
the right. Yeah.
Yeah. So normally, like I was talking to Dave, I kind of look from left to right. So on the right, based on how I understand it, like those that are in the red is kind of, they're setting up for rotation, another rotation maybe. So that's what I look at. I don't know.
yeah, so the chart, yeah, so this chart right here, right, is where we would look at, Gerald. Okay, so if we look here,
So wouldn't the USD TRY be kind of been trending? It's been trending for a long time at this point, right?
USD TRY,
Yeah,
where is that? Right here?
right. But I've never seen it do anything but up.
Yeah, but right, yeah. I mean, it will do its own thing. EUR, TRY, and TUR. Now, yeah, you can absolutely, could you trade this? Absolutely. But now it's see right here, if you guys look here, and that's a good question. All right. If you look here, it's trending, but it's been consolidating. Okay. So yeah, so yes, it's been trending here, but recently it's been consolidating. That's why this number is at 20.
Gotcha.
Okay. But yeah, USD TRY and EUR TRY, usually they'll do their own thing. All right. Let's see, where is it? EUR TRY. Here's EUR TRY. They usually do their own thing. Okay, but these are great trades here. These are great trades. Okay, the Turkish pair. Yeah, we haven't focused on this, right? But these are good trades. Turkish pairs are usually very good trades. But the yen pairs, right? That's where we want to be. That's where we want to be. Yeah. So if you guys look here, if you guys look here, so we've got half. Where am I? Right over here. Okay, right here. So right here. All right, so we've got 20 and above, okay. And then below 20. So these pairs here are all trending. Okay, they are all trending either up or down, right? And then these pairs here are consolidating. All these pairs here are consolidating. Okay, so if you notice right now, and now we'll be adding more pairs. I send out a message. We're going to do an upgrade with Monster Scalper. So we'll add 13 more pairs. okay, to give us more opportunities. It looks like Forex, we're seeing great moves in Forex. In the last, I would say 4 months or so, we've seen great moves. All right, even when things start to consolidate a bit, we'll see the market moves again. And what generally happens when the equity markets becomes more bearish, right? We'll see money flow into Forex, and Forex will start to move. So we're seeing right now, Forex is where the money is right now. It really is. Okay. Now we don't know how long that will last. Okay, but right now, this is our best performing system, best performing market. So we'll look to add more pairs. All right, yen pairs, euro pairs, and pound pairs we'll look to add. So we'll do that next week, and I'll get you guys the information on that, on the upgrade. Okay, but we'll add 13 more pairs to give us more opportunities in Forex, because we've seen great moves in this market. But so 50% of the pairs are consolidating and 50% are trending. Okay, so we'll keep watching it, all right, to see if that moves higher, if we get more pairs, you know, perhaps in this area here, to consolidate. All right, and just because it's consolidating, that doesn't mean it's bad for Forex. Usually when they consolidate, they will they'll break out, right? They'll break out either long or short. Okay, so but great moves in Forex. Great moves in Forex. Any other questions for me? Let's see here. Hey, Gerald, you in New Zealand yen? Is that the one that you're in?
Yeah, New Zealand yen, USD yen, British yen, and another.
Okay.
Yen.
So if you wanted to, okay, you could go ahead and add here. I would add a small position right here. See this candle right here? That's the, you're trading down on the 60-minute, right?
Yeah, that's the candle I've been waiting on to ask you about, you know, because, you know, I don't know what, I'm not familiar with how the yen moves.
Okay.
So, you know, I don't know if this is.
So if you wanted to, just add a small, you know, small lot right here. It's breaking that resistance right here. Okay. You see that? So
yep, I see it. That's what I've been looking at.
Yeah, so you can add a small, not heavy, not heavy, just a small lot.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, just a small lot. It's breaking that resistance. It looks like we're getting some movement in the Asian market. All right. Yeah. All right. Get on these pairs. I mean, it's too late on the 240. You know, you can get some opportunities on the 30-minute, on the 60-minute. Okay, but the lesson, there are always lessons when we trade, right? There are always lessons, right? We don't get trading opportunities like this every day. All right, we don't get opportunities even when they rotate, right? You know, we still have to wait sometimes, right? We might have to wait 2 weeks, 3 weeks, sometimes even a month to get another move. All right. So take advantage, right? Take advantage of these moves when they happen. Okay, just have faith in the process, faith in the systems, right? But faith in yourself also. Okay, and get on these trades. All right, get on these. These are amazing moves. Look at this, amazing moves, right? Amazing moves. And this is no surprise. This shouldn't be a surprise to any of us, right? We've been calling this, I mean, look at this, buyers, nice markup phase. You can't get any more perfect. Look at this, okay? And don't close the trades, all right? Don't close the trades until, right, the system tells you to close the trade. So red candle, right? Red candle, white arrow, that's when we close the trades. Okay, so if anyone who missed these trades here, the yen trades, and I'll close with this. Anyone who missed these yen trades, you missed it on the 240 and you trade with Monster Scalper, let this be the last time that you miss these trades. Okay, just make a note, put down today's date, and remember this, that this is the last time that you miss the top trending pairs in Monster Scalper. All right, just make a note. You do not want to be on the sideline when these pairs are running. All right, and then do what Stella is doing. Stella missed it. She caught it. She got out. Right, and now she's making sure that she's watching the next rotation. Okay, so we have to, when we mess up, this is like, if we're not in these trades, in these yen trades, you messed up. You messed up. You messed up. These are a lot of pips, here. All right, so if you're not in them, if you got in, you got out, you messed up. So now we've got to fix it. Okay, so start figuring it out, right? Learning how to do this and follow the process, because, you know, that's why you guys are here. We should have every trader. We will get to the point where we have every Monster Scalper trader taking these trades, being in these trades. All right. We have traders that don't come to, I know Brian, I heard from Brian the other day. I know Brian is in these trades. You know, we have traders that don't come on here that's been with us for a while. All right, they get these trades. So don't feel bad, but work on it. All right, work on it. The goal is to always be in the top trending pairs. That's the goal. That's the goal. So Stella, work on it. Tracy, work on it. Gerald, work on it. Travis, work on it. Right? Zaire, work on it. All right, you guys work on it. You'll get it. Call us. You're going to be getting your system here. All right, so that's the goal. That's the goal. And if you're not in it, don't be okay with that. If you're not in the top trending pairs, don't be okay with that. Don't settle for that. All right. The market doesn't care. And there will be times when you have losses. Right? So when we can make money in the markets, we need to get on and we need to make money. All right, because there are times when things are consolidating and it's very difficult, right, to get trends like this. All right, that's why I keep saying this. Right, we'll get into a period where Forex might consolidate for a while, where we don't get moves like this. So when we get these moves, we got to jump on it. All right. All right. All right. I know I keep talking about this. I know I keep talking about this, but I have to, because guess what? These moves are happening right in front of us. And for those of you who got on the smaller time frames, right, on the smaller time frames, and you're trading it, good for you. All right, good for you. All right. We're starting to see a move, a bit of a move in cryptos. Okay. It's right at 31,000. All right, so it's moving a bit higher here, but still nothing serious. All right, still nothing serious. Still consolidating in here. We did get on the Russell, it did close the short. So we'll watch this closer, right? So it did close the short signal. All right, so we'll watch this closer to see what develops. We'll talk about this more on Thursday. Okay, but the story right now is Forex and the yen pairs. That's where the money is right now. All right. All right, that's all I've got. Any questions for me, guys? Anything? Any questions? Any?
David, one last thing. Can you break down a little bit on the GBP CHF a little bit on the 240?
GBP CHF. All right. What are you looking at here, Zaire?
I'm looking to go long.
I wouldn't. There's nothing here, bud. There's nothing here. Why would you want to go long here?
I just saw that buy signal, so I'm just hoping that it will give a pullback and some rejection, but I'm not sure.
No.
No?
No. So if we look here,
That thing look crazy, David.
what's that, Anthony?
It looks crazy.
Yeah. Not only that, though, if you look here, if you guys look here, everyone, look here. So first of all, they're moving down. Pound Swiss is the only one that's moving up. All right. So we don't have, if we have any direction at all, it's to the downside. Okay. Yes, this is crazy, right? But that's not the major thing. We still have support and resistance, right? So we have resistance here, support here, it broke out, but it will probably fail, Zaire, because guess what? We don't have buying coming in, right? In the whole group. Okay, this here looks very different than this here. Okay, so not only the chart, right? The chart here, but guess what? We don't have any consistency. If anything, most of the pairs here, out of the 5 pairs, only the pound Swiss is moving higher. The rest are moving down. Okay. So I just wouldn't bother with that. I wouldn't bother with that.
It looks like it's being artificially pumped.
Well, no, it's not being pumped. It's just, it's just moving, right? It's just randomly moving, right? Let's see what. So here is pound dollar. Okay, so look here, pound dollar, right? There's no real direction, right? It's got a sell signal here, right? No buy signal, no sell short signal. All right. It hasn't broken resistance, hasn't broken support. So it's really just consolidating there. And then pound New Zealand is gone to that markdown phase. Nothing here yet. Then pound CAD, it's in that markdown phase. right? And then let's see here, pound Aussie here, right? It's in a sell short. You know, there's nothing here. All right, there's nothing here. Here is the money right here.
All right, thank you, David.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Now, could they be the next leading group to break out? Right, they could. Right, any of these pairs could be the next leading group. All right, and that's your job, right, to figure out, okay, which group after the yen pairs, right, which group will lead us out, okay, out of this area in here. Okay, the way to do that is to and this is why I like doing this, going like once a day, once or twice a day. I mean, once a day, all right, or every 2 days or so, every 3 days. On the 240, they don't they stay within the trend. What you want to do to find the next rotation, we want to find, like Stella is doing, find several of the pairs, all right, that are giving buy signal. Okay, so several of the pairs that are starting to give buy signal and that are moving up. Okay, and that's how you will know what the next group will be. Okay, and they should be all kind of setting up the same way. Yeah, so I wouldn't, the pound, I wouldn't worry about the pound yet. I think the next group will be the dollar pairs. I might be wrong, but we'll see them. We'll see them move higher, and you guys will have opportunities to get in. Even if let's say this one has a buy signal here, even if the price gets up into this area here, right, that's still enough time to get in. But you'll see 90% of the group moving in that direction, and that's how we will know that they will be the next leader. And that's our goal. Okay, forget everything else. Forget everything else. Try to figure out what the next group is, and then just stay with that group. Just stay with that group and trade it. Okay. And then just be focused. Okay. All right, guys. That's all I've got. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Those of you who are trading these on the 30 or 60, just watch them. Okay. You're gonna have to stay up and watch them overnight. All right.
So, David, do you recommend then to, because I'm in a couple of those pairs on the 30-minute.
Okay.
So you recommend closing them before crashing? Because they've done very well. They've done very well today. So
no,
just
I don't.
recommend
I
closing them?
don't know. I recommend getting up.
Oh no.
Yeah, I recommend getting up. That's, it is what it is. When we trade on the smaller time frames, on the 30 and 60, that's what we have to do. And the thing it does, it builds the habits, right? So because you have to make a choice, right? You have to make a choice. You have to make a decision that, hey, if I'm going to trade on that 30-minute, because we just can't get in and get out when we want, right? We have to follow the process. All right. Know that when you trade on that 30-minute time frame, you're going to have to monitor it closely. Okay. If you can't monitor it closely, don't get in. Because what we don't want to do is get in, right? Think about this, right? Let's say Gerald is in here, right? He got in, and it's 8 o'clock now, my time. And guess what? At 10:30, 11, guess what? He goes to bed, right? And then he closes the trade. And then he wakes up in the morning and it's up 200 pips. All right. It doesn't feel very good. Right? Doesn't feel very good. All right. So we want to develop really good habits. So, Stella, if you're in this on 30 minutes, right? Get some coffee. Get some coffee. Okay. Otherwise, don't trade it again on the 30 minutes. Okay. Otherwise, don't trade it again on the 30 minutes. Trade it on the 240. Okay. We have to follow the process. We have to get in properly and get out properly. All right. So that's the price. You guys can do whatever you want, but that's the price. That's what we do. That's what we do. All right. This is why the 240 is really nice. If it catches a trend, you don't have to stay up and watch it overnight. Okay. But Gerald, you too. You're gonna have to stay up and babysit it. All right. So I know it's not good news. All right, because the worst thing that can happen is we close the trade halfway, right? We're not developing those, we're not being disciplined. And then guess what? It feels really bad if it goes against, if it goes against us, gives us a sell signal and we are not awake to close the trade. All right. And then guess what? It comes all the way down. All right. Or we get out early, right? And then we wake up in the morning and we've missed opportunities. Okay. So that's how you do it. Okay. That's how you do it. So just keep that in mind. All right. The 240, that's why I love the 240. I love the 240 because it will keep you in the trade. You don't have to babysit it as much. All right. All right, guys, take care. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great evening. Take care. Bye-bye.